Welcome to WSIU On Topic. I'm Jennifer Fuller. The legislative session in Springfield is beginning its winding down procedures as a budget deadline looms of May 31st, and there appears to be at least a small amount of progress. We're talking about that with the Paul Simon Public Policy Institute's John Jackson. Dr. Jackson, we hear that there was a meeting between the four legislative leaders and Governor Rauner. Is there any optimism here that we could be done on time this year?
I take that as a cautiously optimistic sign. They haven't been meeting in the past, and that's been part of the problem, but that meeting is a sign that they may be talking on the same page to some extent, not past one another. So I thought that was the good news. The bad news was the argument about the income estimates and how much that would be. There are always differences between COGFA, the Commission on Governmental Forecasting and Accountability, and the Governor's Bureau of the Budget. They're off by about 99 million, and while that sounds big, it's a fraction above 37 billion and not an important fraction at this point. So it's not something to make a big deal out of unless you're looking for a PR campaign. And so that was kind of a downer that came after the meeting, but at least they met and they're talking roughly in the same ballpark.
Is this a strategy to get lawmakers out of Springfield? This is an election year so that they can be in their districts, going out and campaigning, or is this lawmakers feeling some sense of budget fatigue themselves?
Could be both, and I'm cautiously optimistic again that the lawmakers will be so anxious to get out of Springfield that they'll want to do something. I think what's going to happen is the General Assembly will pass a budget, they'll send it to the governor, he's got to then decide to veto or not veto. If he vetoes, we're back in that scenario of last summer at this time. If he decides to sign it, then we're off to the races for the fall. But if he vetoes, I think there's a very decent chance that the Democrats will override again with some Republican help.
In the history of how budgets have gone, this one appears to be more normal.
It could become normal if they push it on through. Ordinarily by the 30th of June, that might not happen, but by mid-July would be the Jim Edgar standard. After that, it gets to be a mess.
John Jackson is a visiting professor with the Paul Simon Public Policy Institute. You're watching WSIU On Topic.